Hey writers, it's me, E. As promised, I am back with the second in my 3-video series, and I am pleased as punch to share with you the 7 mistakes self-published authors make that can sabotage their book sales. As I told you in the last video, I made one of these mistakes big time. I hope you got a lot out of yesterday's training and have begun trying out and implementing some of what you've learned. Now, I know some of these concepts are new to you right now, but once you try them out, it's like riding a bike. What? You've never ridden a bike before? Just kidding. Seriously, there are reasons most indie and self-published authors are failing. If you've been failing, we need to get that stopped right now. If you're new to this, there's no reason you can't be successful right out of the box if you follow a proven plan that works. Okay, we're going to have some fun with today's training. I am going to do this David Letterman style. For those of you who don't know, David Letterman on his old show used to do a countdown to say the number one reason the president doesn't like potatoes or something silly like that. It was always fun. We're going to do our countdown starting from 7 to the 7 mistakes made by self-published authors that can sabotage their sales. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. The 7th mistake self-published authors make that can sabotage their sales is they don't market their books. I can't tell you how many of my clients spend months, even years, writing their books. Then they put them up on Amazon, buy a promo spot somewhere, send out a few tweets, and when they don't sell many books, they say, self-publishing doesn't work. Of course it doesn't work, not the way you're doing it. Self-publishing is like swimming. If you jump into the pool but you don't begin to stroke, you are going to drown. I have a rule that I promote each of my books or series at least once a month. Now this can be paid or free promos, such as Facebook or Twitter. If you don't market your books, you are sabotaging your chance at self-publishing success. There's a reason big companies like McDonald's Corporation spend millions on marketing. Marketing works. Okay, the 6th mistake self-published authors make is they overstuff the front of their books. Okay, what does this mean, overstuffing? In this short attention span world, you have to grab readers quickly. Remember grabbers in the lesson from the first video? In the front of their books, many authors include a dedication, an author bio, maybe a quote or blurb from a song. Readers don't know you. They don't care about your artistic endeavors, not yet. They are giving you 10 seconds to entertain them. Now, with my novel Bad Dog, right after the title page, I put a single page that said these words: some dogs are dangerous, ... And on the next page, I'm right into the tease. No wonder Bad Dog became an Amazon horror bestseller. If you want readers to stay with your book, put your dedications and the like in the back of your book. Grab them first, okay? The 5th mistake self-published authors make is they don't include a bio or author photo at all. Okay, right after readers have enjoyed your book, it's the perfect time for them to learn a little bit about you, to get to know you. Keep your bio brief, lighthearted, and include a photo. It's hard to get to know a person you can't see. This is the beginning of a relationship. After they've read your book, it's time to create that relationship. The 4th mistake self-published authors make is they write a poor book description. Now, I believe the reason these book descriptions are poor is many writers wait until they're uploading their book to Amazon to write one. In my 5 Steps training course, I teach writers to start working on their book descriptions while they're writing their books. I start working on my description soon after I start the book. I rewrite it or tweak it all the way through the writing process. The words in your book description are as important as the words in your book, because if readers don't like your description, they're going to click away and never discover your fabulous work. A poor description can kill your chances at sales. The third mistake is lack of editing. Misspelling, bad grammar, typos, all lead to bad reviews that can't be removed. You also need a content editor to tell you when you've gone on too long or when you've not gone on long enough. And you can't have your friend who loves English or your school teacher edit your books. You just can't. Editing is a skill. Please hire or get the services of a professional editor. The lack of editing can kill you before you get off the ground. The second mistake self-published authors make is a bad or overused title. Now, I believe your title is so important, it's the first thing I teach in my 5 Steps training. First off, your book's title needs to be researched. You can do this simply by plugging your choice of title into Amazon and seeing if there are other books out there already with the same title. Please don't begin your self-publishing journey with a bad or overused title. It's going to end your journey before it begins. And okay, here we are, people. The number one reason, the number one mistake self-published authors make that can sabotage their book sales is a bad cover design. As it turns out, people really do judge books by their covers. If your cover looks homemade or it's the wrong cover for your genre, bye-bye book sales. A bad cover nearly cost me $20,000. Now, not out of my pocket, but in book sales. My best-selling novel, Boyfriend from Hell, did not begin its life with the covers you see today. It had a bad book cover. I wasn't self-published at the time. I was with an indie. I told my publisher I didn't like the cover, but he said the cover stayed. Now, the book launched pretty well, and then sales nosedived. That's when I realized I had to do something. I went to my publisher and I said, hey, I will pay for my publisher's, I'll pay for the cover myself. Just let me change the cover. Sales were tanking, so he agreed. 4 months after we changed the book cover for Boyfriend from Hell, it went onto the bestseller list, and I made a cool 20 grand. You can read more about this in a post Kirkus Reviews did about me and my success. I'll send it to you in an email. The upshot of all of this is, if you want to be successful, please avoid these 7 mistakes and you'll be on your way. Now, with Boyfriend from Hell, I made one of these mistakes, but I was able to correct it, and that's good news for you. You see, even if you start out making some of these mistakes, you can correct them. But hey, let's start out on the right foot, okay? Now, in the third and final free video in your training, I'm going to share with you some tools I use for my very own self-publishing success. Now, this is one of the biggest sticking points for authors. Writers are constantly asking me, what tools do I use? So next up, I'm going to share some of my secrets with you. The tools I'm going to share are awesome tools that you'll be able to start implementing right away. And wait for it, 2 of them are free. My third little secret tool costs only $5, and it's something that people pay hundreds of dollars for. You're not going to want to miss this one. Look for an email from me with a link to my Kirkus article on how I became a bestseller. There's a real lesson to be learned there. And then keep your eye out for the third and final training video. And that's it, people. Now, I have some writing to do. As always, I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Bye.